What I want to talk about today is what the teachings of A Course in Miracles has done for me and how it has changed my life.
Welcome to Ungluing the Mind, the stream. On this episode, we invite you to discover powerful life lessons, offer the tools for personal breakthroughs, and the guidance to live a life of inspired action. In this online chapter, you'll be invited to listen in on 30 minutes of inspirational, thought-provoking dialogue, followed by a guided meditation by transformational coach and author of Ungluing the Mind, Veronica Barrie. If you like what you hear today, please click subscribe and turn on post notifications. And if you love what you hear today, Ungluing the Mind offers private one-on-one coaching and meditation phone sessions. To book your spot, email ungluingthemind@gmail.com. Again, that's ungluingthemind@gmail.com. We thank you for tuning in and your presence. Your journey to your best self starts right now.
You know, we have many spiritual texts that are on the planet. A Course in Miracles is relatively new, and it uses a lot of Christian terminology, and it's really teaching us to remember what we are that we have forgotten. It's teaching us to return to the eternal self we thought we have lost. We have separated ourselves from the source of life based on that misperception comes all of our problems. So everyone's problem is the same problem, lack of awareness of what we are. Because we're in a universe of duality, the ego is fighting for its survival because it depends on fear for its survival. The ego very simply is our deeply ingrained belief that we are a separate self. It is the natural and obvious picture of the self we seem to be in this world. But the truth is, there's two parts to us. There is love and there's fear. A Course in Miracles is teaching us how to return to our natural state of love, light, and wisdom. You're training your mind in a systematic way, other than the way it's been trained, which means it's been untrained. You cannot be creative when under stress. A Course in Miracles has the workbook, 365 lessons, and each lesson is reminding you of what you are. When you read the lessons or the text or the teacher's manual, I have the first edition published books. And I borrowed the books. I still have those same books today. I paid the person for the books. It's really needed more now than ever because we're advancing into the next stage of our development. And A Course in Miracles would lead you step by step through the evolving process. You cannot be creative when under stress. We have to have the patience with ourselves, having the patience of someone trying to empty the sea with a teacup. We've made a mistake. The Course in Miracles is teaching, it's a course in mind training. For us to open up to the simplicity and righteousness, right living to our lives. We deplete our energy with our meaningless pursuits. We need to order in our lives. And A Course in Miracles is compelling because of what it reminds you of. It's profound and direct. It's reminding you of what you are that you have forgotten. It's reminding you that you are love eternal. You are immortal and changeless. You are the changeless self. So the responsibility is up to us. We must bring simplicity to our lives. So there's room for stillness, and only a still mind is divine. And God is divine, the divine vine, and we are the branches. So the false self, because we're in a universe of duality, there's two parts to us. There's the ego self, which is our fears, and then there's the other part, which is love. So the false self we call the ego is the momentary caretaker of the temple until the higher self is invited to return home to the position of power that it once knew. So A Course in Miracles, it's a 20th and 21st century book of revelations to quiet the mind in order to remember what is already stored in our memory. Fear is a very expensive guess to entertain. And you were not created to be eaten by fear. Just be. Being is love. And love is your natural environment. It's the environment by which and for which you were created. So you are creator, and you are here to create or die in the concept you have made of yourself. Love is a being. The Course in Miracles is reminding you of what you are. You're a powerful being of life, light, wisdom. Love is a being that wants to be known. Know thyself. There is no other. Only love is real. We have the tools. We just have to use them. Course in Miracles has 365 lessons and a text and a teacher's manual. And it's leading you step by step through the evolving process. It's leading you out of the fear and the darkness and bringing you into the light. Know thyself. There is no other. Only love is real. Talk to your true self within. When the inside is right, which is already right, the outside will be right. There's nothing to fix. Just use the mind instead of it using you. And that is the teachings of A Course in Miracles. You know, it is human nature for us to go after passing sensory gratifications. We want it and want it and want it until we get it. Get out of the getting concept. There's nothing to get. Just be. Stop chasing rainbows. We are already everything. Everything has been given to us eternally. You cannot be anything other than what you already are. Lesson 95 in A Course in Miracles. I am one self, united with all of creation. It doesn't say some. And we are here to create. So in order to express all of our gifts and talents and abilities, all we need is willingness, open-mindedness, and to be receptive, to receive. There's nowhere for us to go right now. Pleasure is only a sensation, and sensations come and go. So the more you pursue pleasure, the less satisfaction you get from it, and the more you want it. A Course in Miracles, again, has 365 lessons, and it's leading you step by step through the evolving process. And we are here to evolve, to develop and grow. And we can only grow with the vibration of love. Thoughts of vibration. So we have to come from a lower vibration to a higher vibration. We have to separate ourselves from what we thought was real and allow your real thoughts to come into your awareness. What is unseparated must be joined, and what is joined cannot be separate. We have to be willing to recognize your divinity, your true essence, as the essence of the self that lives within you, the living Christ. Know the truth of what you are. In reality, you cannot be anything other than what you already are. In Course in Miracles, what am I? I am as God created me. Lesson 94, 110, and 162 in A Course in Miracles. I am as God created me. For some people, when they hear the word God, there's a trigger within them. But you know what? Get over it. Love is real. You came from love, and that is what you're here to awaken to. You're not an illusion. Illusions cannot provide the nourishment we need to live. You want to live in the awareness of your true identity. So you want to identify with love and find yourself. Your true self, which is already there, your original goodness. As A Course in Miracles would say, remove the blocks that's blocking the awareness of the presence of love. The blocks are our self-made ideas, our self-made thoughts. Die to the false self so your true self can emerge. I strongly advise and extending the gift to those of you who are truly serious about your spiritual awakening and knowing why you're here and what you're here to do. The teachings of A Course in Miracles will be your teacher. The teacher is within each and every one of us. So I urge you to purchase a book and be sure that it says Foundation for Inner Peace. And you can buy it from Amazon or from the foundation itself. But it must say Foundation for Inner Peace. You know, when something new comes out, everybody starts giving it their own interpretation. And there are already a few interpretations out there. But you want for it to say Foundation for Inner Peace. You cannot lose your way when you walk in the awareness of your true identity. And trust me, you can ask yourself, are you ready for a rebirth? Are you ready to change? Well, I would say, allow A Course in Miracles to be your guide. Allow it to direct your every footstep. And you will make right decisions. Lesson 152, the power of decision is my own. And a decision is a conclusion based on everything you believe. And you want to let go of the beliefs that you have made so you can accept what is already real and there within you. So there will be times that you want to give up, but trust me, just read a lesson every day. Start with the text, and you will see how your life begins to change. Those books changed my life. And through those books, I went through all of the other spiritual texts, the Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishads, the Dhammapada, the Bible. I went through all the books. A Course in Miracles is teaching you step by step as you move through the evolving process. And at this moment in time, in the history of humanity, and we agree to be here, we're evolving into the next stage of our development called higher consciousness. You are consciousness. Consciousness is God, conscious of itself. So we have to become consciously aware of what we are. What am I? I am love. I am as God created me. Let go and allow. Let go and allow. Be still. I invoke the energies of all the ascended masters, archangels, and angels to be with us. We welcome your grace and your presence. Relax your mind. You're entering into light. Let us not spend our days and nights brooding about the past. The past is over. It's a memory traced in the mind. You are willing to rest in quiet light. You are perfectly protected from the cold chill of fear. You're looking within, where your strength and freedom lies. Tell yourself silently and thoughtfully, with fixed determination and eyes closed, my freedom is my fortune. I claim it now. My freedom is my fortune. I claim it now. My freedom is my fortune. I claim it now. I claim my divine inheritance now. I claim my divine inheritance now. I claim my divine inheritance now. Step back and do not dwell upon the form that keeps you bound. You must choose between total freedom or total bondage. In choosing total freedom, the universe of learning will open up before you in all its gracious simplicity. There is no need to cheat yourself of the joy of living. Count on love to enter into all of your experiences. Seek not to answer, but to receive the answer as it is given. Be still and trust in the creative action of life. Life within you know. Let go of your tightly organized, delusional thought system. Dislodge the mind from its fixed position. It is well to study and collect information, but ask for wisdom, divine wisdom, allowing you to understand that which you already are. Tell yourself silently and thoughtfully, I will not hinder my spiritual growth. I will not hinder my spiritual growth. I will not hinder my spiritual growth. You are the embodiment of uniqueness. Be aware of the fullness of your divinity. There is no need to experience a perpetual state of discontent. Surrender to the fullness of life and soak yourself in love. You become what you soak your consciousness in. Your consciousness is the substance of your world. Rely only on that which is the substance of which has created the form. The form and the formless are one. The infinite, invisible. Use your natural power. Be ready and willing. God is ready now. Are you? Be willing to see the necessary process of looking straight at all interferences and seeing it exactly as it is. It is the function of the false self to impede your progress. Your plan may be impossible, but God's can never fail. Enter into the ark of silence and know your true self. Have a shift in perception in how you see the world. Transform anger into love, selfishness into selflessness, insecurity into security, impatience into patience. Have faith in knowing and accepting respect and honor all things and people, regardless of their opinions, then you can say, yes, I have shifted my perception. What you seek as your highest goal depends upon how you see yourself. See everyone as you see yourself, because everyone else is you. Release and simply allow as you rest in quiet certainty. Real living comes from making a contribution to mankind. Tell yourself silently and thoughtfully, I rest in quiet certainty. I rest in quiet certainty. I rest in quiet certainty. Breathe in light and breathe out light, for there is nothing else. Shut the door of the senses. The senses are always clamoring for something. Put the intellect to sleep and tell the senses to go climb a tree. Give up what you have made. To forgive is to remember. To remember is to restore to your memory what is already there. Stop your endless searching. Just look within, where all things are right and as natural as breathing, where you can laugh at fear. Everything of value comes from the way we think. Think like God, because you are. Tell yourself, I am not a seeker. I am a bringer of the light. I am not a seeker. I am a bringer of the light. I am not a seeker. I am a bringer of the light. You are seeking to remember what you are, where you came from, but you're looking in all the wrong places. Look within. Look inward, where your strength and freedom lies. You cannot discover yourself while in bondage. Breathe the holy breath of life and feel your light body. Sit this way, breathe this way, eat this food, bye. Trying to fill the emptiness, the loneliness, trying to satisfy our emotional needs. Emotion is energy in motion. Allow the energy to flow in the right direction. We are victims of moreness. The more we have is the more we acquire, the more empty we feel. So we get more and more and more of whatever it may be. We're not free thinkers. To think is to be with pure energy. The emptiness you are feeling is telling you the energy is flowing in the wrong direction. Look within, where your strength and fullness lie. Life is not asking us to do the impossible. Just be willing to choose a different approach to life. Feel your light body. All you have to discover is the light. And then take up residence in your natural environment of light, the environment for which you were created. Tell yourself silently and thoughtfully, I am willing to let go in gentleness and trust. I am willing to let go in gentleness and trust. I am willing to let go in gentleness and trust. Lesson 76 in A Course in Miracles workbook. I am under no law but God. Think of the freedom in the recognition that you're not bound by all the strange and twisted laws you've set up to save you. You really think that you would starve unless you have stacks of green paper strips and piles of metal discs. You really think a small round pellet or some fluid pushed into your veins through a sharpened needle will ward off disease and death. You really think you're alone unless another body is with you. It is insanity that thinks these things. You call them laws and put them under different names in a long catalog of rituals that have no use and serve no purpose. You think you must obey the laws of medicine, of economics, and of health. Protect the body and you will be saved. These are not laws, but madness. The body is endangered by the mind that hurts itself. The body suffers just in order that the mind will fail to see it as the victim of itself. The body's suffering is a mask. Remove the mask. The mask the mind holds up to hide what really suffers. It would not understand. It is from this your laws would save the body. It is for this you think you are a body. Breathe the holy breath and know you are a body of light. There are no laws except the laws of God. This needs repeating over and over until you realize it applies to everything that you have made in opposition to God's will. Your magic thoughts. Magic is temptation. It's wishful thinking. And we wish our lives away. Now is the moment in your life to claim your forgotten power. Release all magic thoughts. Magic thoughts are illusions. It's a distortion in your mind. It's separation from the light. Stop your wishing. Your mind can wish to be deceived, but you cannot make it be what it is not. God does not wish. God will. God's will for you is everything you already have because it has been given to you. It's your divine inheritance. Claim it now. Never wish for things to be different other than the way they are, moment by moment. Lesson 268 in A Course in Miracles. Let all things be exactly as they are. Be willing to let go of what has provided you with a limited amount of comfort. In the words of Mark Twain, the word vocation comes from the Latin meaning I call. Think of your work as your calling. Listen to the silent command of the still inner voice. Make your vocation your vacation. In the words of Mark Twain, be true to you and let the light in. The divine light descends upon us all, and we are purified, grateful, and blessed. For this we give thanks. Rest in quiet light.